For cheap Ultimate Team coins, go and check out ufifa.com and use my discount code EGHD at the checkout to get 5% off your order. Hey, what's going on guys, Jack here and welcome back to Road to Glory Let's Play episode 6, and today we're going to be building our first alternative squad for our cheap BPL squad. So last episode I took your advice and I actually went and bought a new striker called Cameron Jerome, and we'll be putting him to use later on in this one, not this series, but maybe next episode, because obviously I bought a new team and I wanted to test that out. But first things first guys, you may have noticed that this is actually 60 frames per second. If you don't know what that means, basically instead of seeing 30 frames per second, what I was recording with before, now you're seeing 60, so the gameplay should be smoother. So let me know if you notice a difference. Also, if you want another episode of this Road to Glory on the weekend, make sure you smash the likes. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes, and I'll make sure to get another episode up this weekend. And also go and check the previous episode, because I think a lot of you missed that one based on the views. But anyway, as you can see here, we actually start to build our first other team. So we actually go for a Serie A squad. Obviously, with the thing in mind, I wanted it to be quite cheap, something around, but you know, between 8 and 12,000 coins was my kind of budget. But if there was a couple of players that I needed to spend, you know, 2,000 coins or something, I was willing to do so. So far I've bought Kishina, I think that's his name, who is the 5-star skiller in the left wing position for 650 coins. I've got Palacio up front for 1,500 coins, and I don't think he has 4-star skills. I think he's got 3-star skills, but for some reason, every time I play against him, he does really well. And any player that is 1,500 coins at this point of the game and is quite low rated, you know, they're obviously a very good player. And on the right wing, we've got Turb, I think that's how you say his name. Obviously, there's probably some silent letters in there. Or, you know, I'm not really an Argentinian person, so I can't pronounce it. So anyway, he cost me 1,300 coins. Got Lolic for 950 in the centre mid. I've got Melo, who is the Brazilian beast. He's an absolute tank, for 1,400 coins. And I've got Parolo as well. I've never heard of this guy before, but his stats looked insane, so I thought I'd pick him up for 1,300 coins. Also got 2 centre-backs, Rudiger, who is a German, I think he comes from the Bundesliga, for 700 coins, non-rare player, really cheap, and also Zapata. The reason why I went for Zapata, I think that's how you say his name, is because he had low attacking work rates and medium defensive work rates, which means he's not going to be getting lost in the midfield. He's not going to be pushing up stupidly for no reason. So that's why I went for him, and we're going to see how he performs basically in I think it's our second game, because we went into the first game with our BPL team so that I can get some fitness, because some of the players I did buy had about 80 fitness, and I didn't fancy using any kind of squad fitness or buying squad fitness, so that kind of defeats the purpose of having 2 teams, right? So we're going to our first game. We started off really well. Literally the 4th minute, I go and cross it over to Origi, and he puts it into the back of the net, which is a nice dive there, nice play, and a nice build-up. Really slow, actually. It wasn't, you know, particularly like cutting movement or anything like that. But here, Bojan gets through again, goes for a weak foot finish, and it didn't quite go in. Really good save there from, I think it's Schmeichel, who was in the goal. We get through here again with Shane Long, and one of the problems I do have with Shane Long is the fact he only has 3-star skill moves, and his dribbling isn't particularly fantastic. So in a situation like that, I was only really going to cross unless he gave me enough space. But literally from that opportunity, he goes on the counter-attack here, puts a through ball over to, who is this actually? It started to lag. It's one of those games where it wasn't fully stopping, it was just pausing momentarily, but it gets through to Welbeck. And look at that, it's one of those things, guys, you guys probably experience it as well. I put the defender right in front of where I want, you know, where I know he's going to go. But you have to, this FIFA 16, you have to be so much better at tackling, especially in the penalty area, because obviously players go down a lot easier, and it's a lot easier to come in and cut in from the sides. But that game, unfortunately, did end up 1-1, although I did feel like I, you know, dominated, especially at the start of the game. I felt like I could have got a couple, but that basically means we're 3 points away from getting a Division title, which means we're going to go from Division 9 to Division 8. And then after this game, I thought, you know what? I only had about 2,000 coins left to get a left back, a right back, and a goalkeeper. Now, obviously, I could probably afford to do that in the Serie A, but I wanted to get players that I was going to keep. I didn't want to just buy players and then sell them 3 games later. So you know what I was going to do? I was actually going to basically go through my BPL squad and say which players do I actually need, which players don't I need. So as you can see, pretty much players like Blind, well, I just discarded. I didn't actually check them on the market, but let's say he sold for like 500 coins. I'd rather just get the coins instantly and just quick sell them. And players like Herrera, which could go for possibly more, I just lit it up for a 1 hour with like a maximum buy now, which I knew was above their maximum buy now, just to see if I can get, you know, 1,200 coins or something like that. Obviously, because we just bought Jerome, I haven't used him yet. I left him on the bench because I wanted to see if he's better than Shane Long or Origi. Now, obviously, I've got more experience with Long and also more experience with Origi, so I thought I'd keep him with that. So, also, cam-wise, I just bought Bojan. I really like Sessegnon, but you know what? I prefer Bojan. So I decided to actually sell and list up Sessegnon again. I got rid of all the loan players that I had on the bench, and I was never going to buy again. Or if I did buy them again, what's the point? Because there's no point keeping them on our squad. I think maybe you keep the stats when you do buy the player. I don't know. I don't know how that works or why they stay in your club. But after that, obviously, I had a budget now. I had about 4,400 coins and decided to get a left back, which was good enough. Someone with a bit of pace, good defending, a good history of being good in Ultimate Team. That is Ansaldi, and used to be in the Russian league, I believe, if I can remember correctly. And also in the right back position, I went for Florenzi. So Ansaldi was 500, Florenzi was 900, and I also went for Lopez. I looked for Handanovic, but he was over almost 3,000 coins, so I couldn't afford him quite yet. And there's only one rating difference between Lopez and also Handanovic, so I went for Lopez for 1,300. Also in the right mid position for my BPL squad, I had Odemwingie, who was just like a chemistry filler. He wasn't particularly fast, he wasn't particularly strong, wasn't good at anything, to be honest. He was just kind of like there. He did alright, in some of the games, but he wasn't really a player that kind of excelled at anything. So I decided to change him up and switch him for Lennon. So I think I quick sold Odemwingie and I got Lennon for 850 coins. So I've upgraded my BPL squad and we now have a full Serie A squad. And I went into this game here just so I could get the fitness up on the rest of the players that I had for my BPL squad. Sorry, my Serie A squad. But he starts off this game, cuts it off over to what's his name again? Andre Herrera. No, it's not. It's Ander Herrera. Why do I keep getting mixed up? But that's probably karma, because I just literally sold him. I reckon that was karma for actually selling him. But literally 31st minute, I don't know how Martial actually got the space there. He literally excelled away from me, and an opportunity here for Bojan. Wow, how did he miss that? Like, I'm kind of speechless there. I was like, what? How did he? Like, it's one of those opportunities where when you were actually playing the game, you almost celebrated before you headed it, because you could see the goal was open. How could he possibly miss it? But I guess he's not a very good header of the ball. But moving into the 61st minute, we get slide tackled in the box. I think he thought I was going to cut in a lot earlier, which means he would have caught the ball, but obviously I moved the ball away from him and he gave away a silly penalty in my opinion. But that was the 62nd minute, literally straight away from kickoff. Obviously he had Ibrahimovic here with Martial, and he actually kind of gets through here and gets over to Ibrahimovic, who's facing the other direction, shoots, and the goalkeeper just didn't get anywhere near it. I was kind of shocked. I was thinking, come on, give me a little bit of luck here. But Shane Long getting through here. I anticipate the way that he was going to fake shots, so I managed to get an opportunity here. And how does he not save that? If Ibra's scoring from his kind of angle, facing away from the goal, how did that not go in? But I was already losing 3-1, lost that game, absolutely gutted. We should be getting better at this game. We should be beating people like that now. As you can see there, the shots I had weren't particularly great. I had 4 shots overall, 2 on target, but the possession was actually half decent. So this is the first game that I actually play now with my Serie A squad. And I was really excited because obviously we're using the 4-3-3 formation. First time I've used it in this series, and it's the one with, in brackets too. So I've got a CDM, 2 centre mids, left wing, right wing, and a striker. So I was really looking forward to this. And we come up against Wilfred Bony and also Benteke up front. So he had quite a solid BPL squad, and I was playing around with Palacio there, trying to work out what skill moves he had. And I found out he had 3-star skill moves, and I thought, oh, you know what? I can see Felipe Melo there. I'm going to cross this in. And it was kind of like a surprise goal. Did not expect it, but Kashina here getting through, little opportunity, but his shooting and his technical, ability of things like volleys and stuff like that, they're not particularly great. He's just a fast guy with good dribbling, and that's pretty much it. So you've got to really use him to his best abilities. But Palacio here, and this is what I'm talking about, and that's the reason why I bought Palacio. I don't know why, he just seems to be able to do it. He just seems to be able to score goals, really annoyingly as well. Here I was just playing around a little bit with Kashina, just showing you, how I was building up this play. Even though I was winning 2-0, I wasn't, keeping it in my own half. I was just trying, if there was an opportunity that arose, I'd go for it. But also at the same time, I wasn't rushing. I wasn't trying to get a counter-attack against me. So here, obviously, Benteke trying to get through, didn't quite get there, and Lopez with a great save. So far so good with my goalkeeper. He hasn't conceded yet, and we get through here with Kashina. I actually go round him, and I do know that now he's left-footed. He's got 2-star weak foot. After that opportunity, obviously I went on his foot head, and I thought, Jesus Christ, I'm never shooting again with with his right foot. So that is the end of that. I win the title, get 3,400 coins, which means we can start saving up now for some better players from each of these divisions. So let me know in the comments, guys, which player do you think I should buy next? Maybe a striker or a cam or something for about 2,000 to 3,000 coins for one of these squads. Obviously, I've got a budget here now. So let me know, Serie A or BPL, which player you think I should upgrade to next. Also, leave a like if you want to see another episode over the weekend. drop a like and we'll see if we can smash 1,000, and make sure to subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.